So we're gonna continue working with this. First, we're gonna work with the section that is printing the error. So it's going to be this part here. And you can see here on the top, we instantiate the HTML. So we're gonna move this, we're gonna cut this, and we're gonna add this into the global scope. So right here, if we send this console.log, the variable HTML, it should print the instance of this. So we need to click here on get quote, and you can see that we have the object. So instead of adding another new object, we're gonna use this one. So right here, I'm going to add HTML and a dot, and we're gonna call this method display error. And we're gonna add a message. This one is going to be called all the fields are mandatory. So we need to create this method. So we're gonna scroll to the bottom, and you can see that we only have this display error. So right after, we're gonna create another prototype, prints an error. We're gonna add HTML UI, a dot, prototype, a dot, the name of the method, and it's going to be a function. You can see that here I pass this message, so this is going to take a message in the argument, and like this. So right here, we're gonna create a div. So it's going to be called div const div equals to document create element, and we're gonna create a div. Then we're gonna add a new class. We're gonna add a class called error. Then we're gonna insert the message. So it's going to be like this, div inner HTML equals to, and we're gonna add template or string literals, and I'm gonna add a paragraph, and we're gonna pass the message. So we're gonna create a div using JavaScript. We're gonna add this class. Finally, inside the div, we're gonna add a paragraph with the message. So I'm gonna print this. For example, if we inspect the code, I want to print this before the form, above the form, and you can see that here we have this form variable. So we're gonna use this. Scroll to the bottom, and right here we're gonna use form and a dot insert before. Insert before will take two different parameters. So we're going to add, the first one is going to be the div that you want to insert. It can be a div or any element. In this case, it's going to be this div. And the second parameter is something known as the reference node. In this case, it's going to be, for example, this first form group. So we're going to use document query selector. Query selector is going to return only the first one. So we're going to add form group like this, and this is going to insert the error. So save this and try to send the form empty. Click here, and you can see that we have all the fields are mandatory. And you can see it's printing these paragraph tags. Yes, because it says inner text, we need to pass in inner HTML. So save this again. Try to send the quote. You can see we have all the fields are mandatory. And this is going to be always there. We're going to run a function that's going to remove the error, and we're going to add set timeout, and it's going to be a function, and it's going to remove this after 3 seconds. So it's going to be like this, and we're going to use document.querySelector, and here you can see we added this class called error. So we're going to select that class, and then we're going to remove. So save this, click here again. It's going to print the error, and after 3 seconds, it's going to remove this div. So the first part of the if statement, if you scroll to the top, this part is done. So in the next video, we're going to continue building this second part.